Hey guys, how you doing? So this week we've been talking about parts of a shape. And yesterday we talked about halves, and I have my paper from yesterday. And I can see on this paper that there are two halves. How do I know that there are two halves? Well, I can count 1, 2, but the most important thing I have to do is decide if they're equal. Is each half equal? Yeah. So this paper is divided into two halves. Today we're going to talk about what you call a shape when it's divided into 4 parts instead of 2. So come on over. I want to look at our sandwich that we cut a couple days ago. So I remember that I cut this sandwich into 4 parts. 1, 2, 3, 4. Are these parts equal? Well, another name for this is fourths. So I have 1/4, 2/4, 3/4, and 4/4. But there's another name that we can call this. We can call it fourths, or we can call it quarters. And I like to think about the coin quarters because if you remember, it takes 4 quarters to make a dollar, just like it takes 4/4 or 4 quarters of bread to make one whole piece. So I've got this piece of paper over here. And I want to fold it into fourths. So the first thing I have to do when I fold a piece of paper into fourths is I got to start by folding it in half. So I'm going to fold this paper right in half. When I open it up, you can see that there's half here and half here. But to fold this into fourths, I need to take my half and fold it again in half. So how many sections do you see now? There's 4 sections. Are they equal? Yeah, I see 4 equal sections. So I have folded this paper into fourths. Now I'm going to add a little color. So 1/4 of my paper is blue. One-fourth of my paper is orange. One-fourth of my paper is green. And 1/4 of my paper is yellow. So this piece of paper is divided into fourths. 1, 2, 3, 4 pieces that are all equal make fourths. So let's look at another one. I've got a circle. Do you think I can divide this circle into equal fourths? Well, let's try doing what we just did with our paper. So I'm going to take this circle and I'm going to fold it in half. And I know that it's in half because when I look at it opened up, there are 2 equal parts. And just like I did with my rectangle paper, if I take this folded in half circle and fold it in half again, now I have a circle that's folded into, what do we call that? Fourths or quarters. So I have 1/4 here, 1/4 here, 1/4 here, and 1/4 here. 4 fourths. Let's look at one more shape. I've got this triangle. And I've colored part of this triangle blue. Is that blue part of the triangle a fourth? Well, let's see. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 parts. It seems like it might be a fourth. But what's the other thing we have to look for? All the parts have to be equal. Are these 4 parts equal? No, I can tell because this bottom piece is much bigger than this little top piece. So today, as you're working, I want you to remember that when you make fourths, all the parts have to be equal. As always, if you have any questions, please send me a message and I'll do my best to help you out. Thanks, guys.